Darby Brown, KWTX, has been in Memphis, arrived there yesterday. Baylor winning earlier today against Colgate, 92-67. And she joins us live from Memphis, where Baylor opened up the tournament against Colgate with the win. And Darby Brown with us on 365 Sports. Darby, you never know. We saw Oakland, Duquesne, others in what they've done. And Baylor, it seemed like from the beginning, was very, very focused and locked in.
Yeah, I think, Jacoby Walter hitting the first shot tonight was a good sign or today, I should say. It's pretty early game, but hitting the first shot was a good sign for Baylor. He only had 3 points in their last game in Kansas City. So him getting started, I think, kind of got the ball rolling for everybody else. And you could tell that they were going to be in control of that game. But yeah, I mean, the madness is happening. I spoke with some of the guys after the game, and we talked about how, they saw some of that. They live in the same world that we do, and you see some of those upsets, and it's hard to kind of, ignore it. And it's a little bit of a wake-up call that, hey, anybody can go home after any game, and so you better bring it, which I think they obviously did today.
For you to see the shots fall kind of right off the bat, what does that feel like?
Yeah, it felt amazing. Gave me a good boost of confidence. Made me really just start playing harder than I already was. It was just really exciting, just me being a freshman playing in March Madness. A lot of kids just dream of this, and I was one of those kids. So this was just really cool just to experience.
It wasn't just you, but just kind of an overall tough go in Kansas City. What did, from then until now, how did you kind of build yourself back up, even just as a group, but individually as well?
Yeah, in practice, we were getting after it. Outside of practice, we were all getting in the gym. So we really just wanted to put that in the past. We really said this is a new season. Our record 0-0 because it's winner go home. And then, so when we got here, we didn't even think about Kansas City because we just knew it was a new game.
And for you, with the first taste of the tournament playing in the second day, there were already some upsets yesterday.
Yeah.
You look at it, how do you kind of handle some of that?
Yeah, no, I love watching these games, but it's pretty good playing on the second day because now you know what other teams are capable of doing. You can see that any team can get upset, so you just got to really be locked in no matter who you're playing because the seeds really don't matter.
Thank you. Congrats.
Darby, what was it like to see the team control the game from beginning to end, something they have not done in a few weeks just because of the grind of the Big 12?
Yeah, it's a big difference when you see them play a full 40 minutes. You can see, the hype behind this team and the true talent of this team. I think it was just nice for them to play an opponent that they hadn't seen before. Obviously, they harped on that heading into this game, that, it was a fresh opponent. They could kind of play a little freer on offense because of that. Maybe that played a part of it as well. Or maybe it really was just the fact that they really experienced it in Kansas City that, hey, if you don't show up, you got to go home. And they came out with a little bit more energy today. So it was great to see them put together a full game. And, that I think could be a good thing moving forward. And if they can figure out how to shake off those slow starts.
Darby, how much of we know Baylor's not the biggest traveling party. It's not the biggest school, but what kind of a contingent, passionate group was out there? And also, what got the biggest roar from the crowd, considering there were so many things? From Jalen Bridges to Austin Sachs hitting a three to dunks and just various things. What got the biggest pop of the day, would you say?
Well, I'll start with that. I think Austin Sachs actually probably was the loudest cheers of the day. People were just so excited for him to get in there and then make a shot. Have some success. People just love his story. And then, early on, definitely some of the Jacoby threes, the dunk from Eve. And so there were definitely some moments where you heard the Baylor crowd. I will say Baylor fans are very outnumbered here. I would honestly say Nebraska fans are really in this building, and they were here even early. So it's hard to tell, there's a lot of maroon and red and then green, but so kind of all blends together. But there definitely are some passionate Baylor fans. They could tell the players' families, and that group is definitely here that they're going to hold their own.
And now they got a couple of days to possibly add a few more, if that's possible, if the tickets are available. Darby, great job. I know you've got your own work to do with the station. KWTX will hopefully get a chance to visit with you again next week somewhere else if they take care of business on Sunday. You're the best. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Darby Brown, KWTX, and she is in Memphis where Baylor handled their business with Colgate 92-67. A&M and Nebraska play right before the end of this show. They tip off at 5:50.
Feels like a sense of relief to just be able to talk about the next game now, no? I mean,
oh, absolutely.
I haven't visited our message boards much, but I can imagine there's just a big, thank goodness you move on. So, yeah, now it's about who and who else is going to join that fray. I mean, I think you kind of briefly ran down the Big 12 if you want to kind of go back over that.
Last night, of course, Tech lost